This sits on the House Ways and Means Committee. Congresswoman, what do you think?
Well, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, we have said all along that we knew that there were multiple crimes that had been committed. And quite frankly, I don't think these charges would have come forward today had our committee been exposing what was going on in terms of influence peddling. The fact that there were 20 shell companies that received $20 million that went to 9 members of the Biden family. That is truly what we are having this impeachment inquiry about, to determine what did they do in exchange for that money. And I just think that this has woken up the DOJ and says we got to do something here to try to divert attention, but to show that we're being serious, because all along they were cutting a sweetheart plea deal for Hunter Biden as it related to those other crimes.
Has your opinion of David Weiss changed, the prosecutor handling all of this, that he seemed to go light prior, he goes full throttle now, at least on the gun charges? He's leaving open the possibility of additional charges, perhaps on the things you're looking at. Your thoughts? No, quite frankly, our committee, House Ways and Means Committee, wants to bring in Mr. Weiss to find out exactly what had occurred there, because we know that the agents that were involved under the IRS whistleblowers that came before us, the agents that were involved in investigating Hunter Biden, they wanted to look further. They needed to investigate further if they were going to treat Hunter Biden and the Biden family just like every other American would be treated. And this was suppressed by the higher ups. And so that is why I feel it's important that he, Leslie Wolf, and others from the DOJ come before our committee so we can ask more questions. I also think it's important with this impeachment inquiry that we look at the bank records. We need to find out how much money did Joe Biden receive, if any, because we know that Hunter Biden was complaining in electronic communications that he had to give half his salary to his father. So there shows certainly a connection there. Look, we've uncovered not just some bank records, but in addition to that, there were electronic communications where they used 5,400 different pseudonyms, emails that they used pseudonyms to hide who they were, talking about the business dealings. We have also Hunter's business partner, Mr. Archer, who had come before one of our committees as well and said that they were selling the Biden name when Biden was vice president. So all of this is extremely concerning, and what you get from the Republicans is that we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to look for transparency and get accountability for the American people. We're not prejudging. We're just saying there's something really shady going on here, and the more dots that we're connecting, it's leading to Joe Biden himself. You know, I don't know what to make of television coverage, Congresswoman, but I'm just wondering if these gun charges against the president's son had changed the complexion of the impeachment inquiry case, whatever you want to call it, when I noticed all the networks were around the clock on this when it broke, including our 2 prominent rivals, that maybe this has changed that debate and made this impeachment inquiry, even though these were, to your earlier point, separate issues, more palatable. I don't know any other way to describe. What do you think?
The important thing for people to know is that these gun charges are unrelated to what the impeachment inquiry is about. We're talking about $20 million that came from entities that were created to funnel money to 9 Biden family members. That is completely different. That's influence peddling that we believe has taken place.
You're quite right, but I'm just wondering, given the gravity and the attention this story has gotten on all the news networks, that this makes your case, even though a very different case, more acceptable. You include some of your more doubtful fellow Republican members. I don't know if that applies to some of the Democratic members. What do you think?
Well, look, it's up to us to make sure that we present the evidence to the American people and to our colleagues in Congress. I will say that I believe that these charges have emerged simply because of what the Republicans have been doing in showing that the law enforcement entities in this administration have been treating the family of Hunter Biden differently than the rest of the country. So they had to do something to show that they're being serious, and this is it. So, but I think this is just, like I said, the tip of the iceberg.
Got it. Congresswoman, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
All right.